Good morning and good afternoon. Hello from TPO Secretariat, Busan, Korea. Welcome to 2020 TPO Webinar. I would like to welcome you all to the first TPO Webinar. My name is Dr. Young Hwang, a professor of Dongha University, Busan, Korea. I'm also serving as the chairman of Asia Pacific Tourism Association, which is one of the largest academic organizations in the field of tourism and hospitality management. It is my great honor and pleasure to be a part of this webinar. We are experiencing new challenges caused by COVID-19. All the TPO member cities are under similar situation. In order to overcome these never experienced challenges, we need to cooperate closely and share knowledge with each other. Collective work and intelligence will help us overcome wisely the challenges we are facing during the COVID-19 and prepare for the future after the COVID-19. This webinar is an excellent opportunity for TPO member cities to share knowledge, their experience, and think of the future of tourism during and after the COVID-19. Thank you all again for being a part of this wonderful opportunity. Here is agenda for today's webinar. So first, there will be opening remarks by the TPO Secretary General, Dr. Kim Soo-il, and followed by welcome remarks by the representatives of hosting city of Busan and co-president cities. After the welcome address, I will briefly raise the issues regarding the COVID-19 and tourism. And there will be short case presentations by 7 member cities. After that, we will have proposal by 2 member cities for the intercity cooperation to recover tourism business during and after the COVID-19. So without further ado, I would like to invite the Secretary General of TPO, Professor Dr. Kim Soo-il, to deliver his opening remarks. Please welcome the Secretary General, Dr. Kim Soo-il.
Thank you, Professor Hwang. Hello, good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I am Kim Soo-il, Secretary General of TPO. Welcome to TPO Webinar. Let me then start my opening speech. Honorable Mayor of TPO President City of Busan, Mr. Byun Seung-wan, other honorable mayors and governors, distinguished participants from TPO member cities and provinces, ladies and gentlemen in attendance. It's a great pleasure for me to be able to meet representatives of our member cities and provinces in this first TPO webinar. I believe all of us agree this is the most effective way to communicate in this challenging era of corona pandemic, which doesn't allow us to have face-to-face meetings. I'm deeply grateful for the high interest and attendance by our TPO member cities and provinces at today's webinar. The presence of around 130 member cities and provinces today represents your robust support and commitment to the continuous prosperity and speedy recovery of the tourism industry in Asia Pacific region from COVID-19. As all of us are well aware, COVID-19 is one of the most catastrophic challenges to humanity in modern history, affecting every single aspect of human life, including tourism sector. Furthermore, COVID is expected to define a new identity and trends of tourism industry in upcoming years. In such an unprecedented situation, today's webinar has been organized to meet the surging needs by our TPO member cities and provinces for the following purposes. Firstly, to analyze concurrent influences of COVID-19 on tourism industry in Asia Pacific region and to the rest of the world. Secondly, to reinvent new ideas and solutions for the speedy recovery of the tourism industry in the post-COVID-19 era. In the end, I'm confident today's TPO webinar will make a meaningful contribution to creating in-depth insight and perspectives sought by our TPO members for the comprehensive and seamless restoration of tourism service and industry to normalcy. Honorable mayors, governors, ladies and gentlemen, there certainly is a light at the end of the dark tunnel of the corona pandemic. We would finally see the silver lining that we are looking forward to. Once again, on behalf of the TPO Secretariat, I would like to convey my heartfelt gratitude to all participants, including city officials who will give valuable presentations and proposals, let alone Professor Hwang Young-hyun, Donghua University, as a moderator of this webinar, for your time and effort. Thank you so much, and God bless you, all of you, and your cities and provinces. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, the Secretary General, Dr. Kim Soo-il, for warm opening remarks. On behalf of the City of Busan, the Acting Mayor, Mr. Byung-sung will deliver his welcome address. And he could not attend the real-time webinar today. Instead, we will have his welcome address video script. So please welcome Acting Mayor Mr. Byung-sung.
안녕하십니까. 대한민국 부산광역시장 권한대행 변성환입니다. 코로나 시대 아시아 태평양 지역 관광산업의 미래를 모색하기 위한 2020 TPO 웨비나 개최를 대단히 뜻깊게 생각합니다. 귀한 시간 함께해 주신 회원도시 시장님들과 국장님들께 진심으로 감사드립니다. 회의 준비에 애쓰신 TPO 사무총장님과 실무진 여러분께도 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 코로나19로 인해 가장 큰 타격을 입고 있는 분야는 관광산업입니다. 우리 인류가 코로나19와 영원히 함께 가야 한다면 아태지역 관광산업의 새로운 미래 전략을 어떻게 짜야 할 것인지, 다행히 종식된다면 지금의 침체를 어떻게 빠르게 탈출할 것인지 오늘 회의에서 많은 해안들이 제시되기를 기대합니다. 최근 부산에는 아주 기쁜 일이 있었습니다. 부산이 대한민국 1호 국제관광도시로 선정돼서 정부로부터 특별한 행재정적 지원을 받게 됐습니다. 코로나로 어려운 상황이지만 차분하게 국제관광도시로서의 면모를 키워나가려 합니다. 우리 TPO 회원들과 공동 발전 방안도 적극 모색해 나가겠습니다. 서로 정보를 공유하고 협력하면서 이 위기를 함께 헤쳐 나갑시다. 감사합니다.
Thank you. I'd like to invite the Mayor of Pariaman, Indonesia, which is co-president city of TPO this year. Dr.
Thank you.
Ganesh Umar to deliver his welcome remarks. Okay, now it's your turn.
Thank you very much, Honorable Acting Mayor of Busan, Mr. Byung Sam, the President of TPO, and also all the co-president, my college, and also my Honorable to Secretary General of TPO, and also ladies and gentlemen. I'm very good morning for all of you. Allow me to express my sincere appreciation and warm greeting to you all. It is my pleasure to be here at the first TPO webinar. I would like to express my appreciation of TPO for this initiative for the first TPO webinar. President, Co-President, and TPO Secretary General, and also TPO Management Leader, and all members of TPO. TPO is aimed to build an intercity network to develop tourism best practice in the development of the tourism industry between Asia Pacific member city. With the election of Parliament City as the co-president of TPO, I will greatly help the promotion of Parliament City better known in the Asia Pacific region, and will certainly have an impact on the level of tourism visit. The city of Pariaman is very beautiful, both of beach and enhancing view of the island and streets in front of, especially with the beautiful arrangement of the facility infrastructure, making the city of Pariaman very suitable for vacation or of tourism. Therefore, I also invite all members of TPO to come to Pariaman. We write down many tourism plans in our city along 2020, but the COVID has affected to cancel any activity in our tourism sector. One of them, Asia Pacific Youth Camp 2020, have to be canceled, and we plan to again in 2021. And also Youth of Tourism Agenda also canceled. Before the pandemic, the Pariaman City has begun to set up virtual tour that we call Pariaman 360. This helps us to promote Pariaman to all around the world. The impact of coronavirus that emerged since the end of 2019 did not only affect health, the economic of various countries, we also affected. The tourism industry is one of them, weakening the tourism industry due to the coronavirus also occurred in Indonesia. Some tourism destinations, not only Bali, Yogyakarta, Lombok, but also Sumatra, especially Pariaman, experienced a drastic reduction number of fishes. The tourism industry that involves human as a main commodity, therefore align hotel, restaurant, and travel agent who rely on their income from tourism experience a crisis due to the spread of coronavirus pandemic. We all hope that this coronavirus can pass on so that tourism sector, which has become a flagship of our country and organization, can get excited again. Hopefully, our togetherness in facing the event that we face today will make us stronger and move our tourism better. Together with TPO, we hope that the tourism cooperation and agenda we have made reviews can be continued in the current new normal era. We still observing health protocol. Now the tourism in Pariaman and also some part of Indonesia have begin with new protocol of COVID. So we hope this new protocol can increase again our economic. So we saw now, before our economic percent is about 5 to 5 increase, but now is only having 2 to 3 our economic increase. Thank you for all the attention, and may God bless all us. Thank you. I'm Jenny Sumar, co-president of TPO. Thank you very much for the session.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Mayer. Next, I would like to invite the Director General, Culture, Tourism and Sports Bureau of Ulsan Metropolitan City, Mr. Lee Sang-chan, to deliver his welcome remarks.
Dear Mr. TPO Chairman, Mr. Secretary General, Mr. Co-Chairman, Mr. APTA Chairman, and attending representatives from the member cities. It's my honor to have this opportunity to speak to all at the webinar. I'm Lee Sang-chan, Culture, Tourism and Sports Bureau Director General in Ulsan City Government. This webinar is very special as we are able to gather together to share our know-how with other TPO member cities and prepare for response measures to overcome the crisis the tour industry is going through after the outbreak of COVID-19. Look back on the last 5 months, the world we are experiencing is completely dominated by the COVID-19, making it such an unprecedented reality. The aftermath of COVID-19 is truly far-reaching. Tourism has been hit hardest among all industries, suffering damages to such a degree beyond imagination. All sectors of tour industry, including travel agents, airline, hotel and transportation, and other related businesses like MICE, festival and performance art tourists was dealt a devastating blow. This exposes the industrial ecosystem to a potentially grave risk of withering away. And we are all faced with the common global crisis of COVID-19. Ulsan was also affected heavily by the confirmed cases of COVID-19 at the beginning. Ulsan issued the administrative order to place the symptomatic persons of COVID-19 on the quarantine and put those who enter from overseas into special management. The city further took innovative quarantine measures, such as installing thermal imaging cameras, engaging in the voluntary everyday life quarantine campaign with the community on every Wednesday, and implementing drive-through quarantine for automobiles, all of which helped prevent the infection from spreading. And further prolonging of the COVID-19 will expected steadily have fundamental implications across society and economy in all countries, with a likely expansion of the untapped consumption culture from social and cultural perspectives. Technological advancements and the platform economy driven by the fourth industrial revolution will further accelerate the change in the tourism industry, which calls for transforming the in-person service focused traditional tourism business to an advanced technology-based service industry. Eventually, the COVID-19 will only expedite the industry-wide changes insisted by the existing tourism industry, and we should take advantage of this opportunity for fundamental changes to strengthen the competitiveness of the tourism industry. At this moment, we need the support from central and local governments, remedial efforts by the tourism industry, and international solidarity and cooperation. I would like to express my appreciation for those who planned and joined for the event. The 2020 TPO webinar was held to invigorate the tourism industry in the Asia Pacific region. And I hope that the webinar helps ensure we are committed to the solidarity and cooperation between the member cities and able to come up with solutions to overcome the COVID-19 crisis. Please join me in endeavoring to put together our thoughts and knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director General. The last welcome remarks is from Taiping, Malaysia. The Mayor of Taiping Municipality, Malaysia, Mr. Khairul Amir Mohamed Jubir, will deliver his welcome remark.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Wang. A very good morning to Professor Dr. Kim Soo-il, Secretary General of TPO, Professor Dr. Wang Yong-yoon, Mr. Yoon Sun-wan, Acting Mayor of Busan, Korea, colleague, co-president, all the presenters from TPO member cities, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you to the first TPO webinar on tourism recovery, which we are very pleased to hold. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform everyone that I have just started working with the Taiping Municipal City Council just about 5 months just before the Movement Control Order or MCO, and thus still quite new here. I was made to understand that TPO is a very active organization in promoting cities in the Asia Pacific. I'm very sure that I can learn a lot from the programs organized by TPO. I hope to lead the Taiping Municipal Council to continue being active in TPO and actively promote tourism activities here. Ladies and gentlemen, the pandemic caused by COVID-19 has really tested everyone and every sector of the economy. The tourism sector was very badly impacted. Health services in all countries had to respond effectively and with great sacrifice to bring this pandemic under control. We salute all the frontliners who had to sacrifice many things to ensure this happened. We still have to be very vigilant. In Malaysia, the response to control this pandemic started with Movement Control Order or MCO on the 18th of March 2020. When things started to improve, the very strict MCO was changed Movement Control Order with condition or MCOC from 4th May till the 9th of June. During this time, more businesses were allowed to be open. Following this, a Recovery Movement Control Order or RMCO was declared where most businesses were reopened with strict SOPs to follow. The basic precaution of face mask usage, social distancing, and hand sanitizing or washing of hands was a requisite. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take Taiping City as an example, where we have had a very positive development in the tourism sector. After the federal government announced the reopening of several economic sectors during the RMCO, the number of visitors to this town has seen a very positive trend, and this scenario gives hope that tourism will recover and return to the pre-pandemic figures, hopefully is not so distant future. Ladies and gentlemen, Zoo Taiping and Night Safari is the oldest public zoo in Malaysia and is located in a beautiful Taiping Lake Garden, which is the oldest public park in Malaysia. Zoo Taiping and Night Safari was reopened to visitors on the 15th of June 2020, and the total number of visitors till the end of June was 25,200 284 visitors. It was quite encouraging as this number was quite unexpected in the present circumstances. Taiping is receiving an increasing number of visitors daily. They are willing to travel long distance to come to Taiping to visit the many attractions here. This is an indicator that Taiping is always in the heart of the members of our society and is complemented by the care of their product and promotion done by product owners. Ladies and gentlemen, this working together is formula for continued success for the tourism industry everywhere. We have to continue having a positive outlook and continue our efforts, while at the same time working together so that the tourism industry the world over will recover and hopefully be even better in the new normal that we have to practice. I hope that this seminar we are having today, although online, will be able to have a positive impact, especially for tourism in the Asia-Pacific region. I'm confident that through these seminars and discussions, much sharing of knowledge and information will happen and will be very beneficial to everyone and serve as a guide for the good of everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to end by wishing everyone thank you and hope you have an excellent webinar. Terima kasih. Thank you.
Thank you very much, all the representatives who deliver warm welcome remarks. And this is the time for me to raise some issues regarding the COVID-19 and tourism. As we heard many times this morning already, the key question everybody has these days is are we expecting a new normal, or are we expecting go back to normal after COVID-19? Tourism field, among other industry sectors, seems to have the most serious impacts from the pandemic of COVID-19. And according to the recent statistics here in Korea, the gross domestic production in tourism field has been dropped by 90%. Travel agency is the most damaged industry sectors, followed by hotel and airline industry. In order to answer the question of, are we going to have a new normal or back to normal, we need to think of the nature of travel experience. The question we have could be translated into, are we expecting the nature of travel experience be changed due to the COVID-19? It is closely related to the reason why tourism industry is the most influenced industry by disease like COVID-19. Tourism industry is an industry based on trips, which have a necessary condition of spatial movement. Without the condition of spatial movement, a trip cannot be defined and tourism industry cannot be existed. Pandemic of COVID-19 practically banned this spatial movement. In-person service is the final key product of tourism service. The development of information technology has helped travelers to find the travel-related information, and the travelers these days can make a travel-related decision with more information than ever. However, if you think the nature of travel experience, the final product consumed is still the in-person service in tourism destination, where it's apart from usual life environment. Pandemic of COVID-19 banned this contact-based service between travelers and local people and service providers. Are we expecting the nature of travel experience to be changed after COVID-19? In order to find the answer to this question, we also need to differentiate the stages we are facing. We are in the stage of living with COVID-19 now. COVID-19 has not overcome it. There are some trends in travel during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is an experience of Korea. As the government loosened up the social distancing policy, a distinct travel pattern has emerged. It can be characterized as a short-haul domestic trip to visit less congested destinations. People tend to take a 2 to 3 days trip, which is relatively short, to the place where they expect not so many people will be visiting. And this trip can only be domestic trips. So speaking of inner city cooperation to collectively and wisely overcome the difficulties of tourism business, it seems inevitable to share information and knowledge. Information here means the experience of each TPO member cities and new trends you observed and the policies you make to deal with the threat of COVID-19 in each member cities. We know each city has idiosyncratic situations somehow. However, there also exist common elements. Free travel policy or the development of vaccine for the COVID-19 would be decided and handled at the national level. And it seems it is beyond our scope of intercity cooperation to overcome the difficulties caused by COVID-19. However, sharing information and knowledge can help other member cities to realize a new approach to deal with the new, never experienced challenges by COVID-19. So having said that, I would like to invite the representatives from TPO member cities to share their experience in their own city. First, I would like to invite Professor Lee Mi-sun, who is a professor at Gyeongsang University here in Busan, to share the experience of Busan.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mi-sun Lee, a professor at Gyeongsang University in Busan. So it is my honor to make a presentation here today on behalf of Busan Metropolitan City. As you can see, that today's title is should be recover tourism industry post COVID-19, but I didn't want to use the word of recover. I think like Professor Huang just said, that is it new normal or we are going back to the normal? In my opinion, I think it is, we needed to say it's new normal. So I wanted to use the word, instead of recovery, to use a rebuilding. So my title of my presentation is Rebuilding Tourism Industry, the Post-COVID-19 in Busan. So this is my contents. And I would like to talk a little bit about what is happening, the travel trends in Korea before the COVID-19. The first one is travel and leisure become an important part of our life. As our income increases, we are more concerned about how to spend good times in travel and the leisure industry. And also a number of people who travel to Seoul and Busan is increasing, while Jeju and Gangwon is decreasing. This is because people are trying to look for something convenience and accessibility. If they want to travel easily, and they want to spend their money on whatever they wanted to do it in time. So they prefer to be very close to the city instead of remote places. And also activities increases related to the culture and garment, something to eat, and entertainment. And spending on accommodation and the food increases compared to the last decade. And also people tend to concern more on convenience and the time saving rather than cost. They are also concerned about cost, but not as much as before. They concern more about the time saving and convenience rather than cost. And also people prefer luxurious items, including upscale interiors and image. And also international travel market is become much bigger than domestic market. So that was before the COVID-19 in Korea. As you can see from this chart, that international travel, the spending powers on international travel is a lot bigger than domestic travel. And the ratio of incoming tourists in 2019 in Korea, you can see here that the Incheon, Seoul, Gyeonggi is a bigger market. And rather than this Seoul area, this second city of the Busan is becoming a very big market for the domestic tourists. So it almost 10% more than the before. So now what we have changed compared to the before the COVID-19 is, according to UNWTO report in 2020, more than 67 million international tourists decreased. And in tourism profits lost about 80 billion US dollars after coronavirus outbreak in the world. So post COVID-19, the tourists reduced to around 30,000 people by April 2020 in Korea, and also a decrease of 28.2% compared with the previous year. And Korean people more concerned on sanitation, and it affects tourism trends, which move from traveling long distance to the short distance, and also visiting nature-friendly places and shortening travel durations rather than indoor places. And after cluster infection in Daegu in February, Busan citizens intend not to move outside the region. So they want to travel somewhere very close to Busan so they can feel safe. So incoming tourists to Busan from regions also not more than the 50 miles radiation. So please close places like Ulsan, Gyeonggi, Changwon. This kind of areas are planning to come into the Busan city. And however, social traffic recovered almost 90% from May compared with the previous year. This is because we are tended to have holidays in May. So that's why they move around more than April and March. So we have asked, but we have done the survey from Consumer Insight, and they have asked, what is your spending plan on international and domestic travel? So this chart is this is the result of the international travel spending plan. So you can see the gap between increase and decrease is huge. So they have answered that they are planning to reduce their spendings on international travel is more than 50%. So here is the domestic travel. So their spending plans on domestic travel is smaller gaps compared to the international travel. So they are planning to spend continuously on domestic travel, but not the international travel. So what has been changed? So we can just say three important key facts. Is from the survey by Consumer Insight, like we saw before, the Korean people consider safety and sightseeing and accommodation and travel distance is a very important fact when they travel, the post-COVID-19. And the local government decided to, Busan local government is decided to support around 500 to 900 US dollars to almost 400 enterprises in Busan. It seems not much, but when they are struggling, that this small amount of money can help them. And finally, the various events, including mega sale promotion, and are planned to attract domestic tourists to Busan. So most of restaurants and department store and outlet stores, they have operated the mega sale promotion. It has been more than a month now, and it become very popular. So what's going to happen in the future and what we need to prepare? So travel trends post-COVID-19 in Korea is totally changed. So reducing their spending power on travel and leisure. So they spend more on food and accommodation, but they don't want to travel abroad or away from their home. They want to stay there local and tended to stay at home and move mostly around the home. And they are family orientated, but if they spend more time with the family, they might break the good relationship. But anyway, they are traveling with the family rather than friends and relatives. So and then untagged life evolving with a mobile phone. So we call it untagged life is shortening the uncontact. We call it untagged. So the people are trying to find more information on mobile phone, and they want to know the information as much as they can. So shopping and eating, entertaining, they're all evolving with the mobile phones. So this is a very important trend in the future. So we needed to find the way to use a mobile phone to promote the tourism destination and tourism city. And the fourth one is increase the value for safety and hygiene. So before the COVID-19, people don't really think about hygiene, but now everybody is concerned about which places is more hygiene and more safe. So Korea is most known countries that we tackle very well on safety and hygiene. So I think in the future, the Busan and the Korea, it will become a very popular destinations in the future. And the duration for travel will be shortened, like I said before, and the travel by their own car, and then the camping is become a very popular accommodation. And then avoid the restaurants where a lot of people visit, so they are more focused on delivery service. So in Korea, it's become a very popular industry. And try to find a newly opened accommodation where not many unknown other travelers used. So what Busan needed to do now? And find a way to reduce insecurity when they travel. So as maybe many of you have heard about the K-quarantine. So this has become very popular words. And expanding the untagged marketing is we use virtual reality system. So you can just experience the virtual reality. So in order to motivate you to want to visit in person. So this is a very important industry in the future too. And Busan is very competitive as a tourism destination, especially for domestic tourists. So like I said before, instead of Jeju, because you have to use the plane to go to the Jeju Island, and people are reluctant to use a plane because it is indoor activities that it can be spread the disease. So instead, they want to use their own car. So Busan is a very good place, popular place for them to travel, a domestic tourist. And resort-oriented hotels are very popular rather than city-oriented business hotels. So if you are checking the hotels, you don't have to go out. You can spend your time 1 or 2 days inside a hotel. So you have swimming pools and bowling places and other entertaining places in hotel, so you feel more safe. And family-oriented destinations, which is more oriented with nature, and it should be convenient and safe. And also you need to be very close to the places where medical infrastructure has been built. And accessibility is quite important factor too. And also needed to tackle density of a tourist in summer, because Busan is oriented with sea resources. So it is very popular for many Korean people to come to visit the sea in Busan. So density is a big problem to tackle it. And finally, the Busan needed to provide enough information about the destination for online system. So using a lot of information and the promotions on SNS is a key point. So for the conclusion, I want to say, this is a brief conclusion. The collaboration and the cooperation between local government, private sector, and the tourists is very crucial. And continuous research from the private sector, and then on-time subsidies by the government, and also health awareness by the tourists is key points. We needed to go back to we needed to go back to our ordinary life. These 3 factors are very important thing to tackle these problems in the future. And this is my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Lee. It was very interesting presentation to share the experience of city of Busan. Next is the case of Bhimdatta, Nepal. The tourism promotion promoting subsection chief of Bhimdatta, Ms. Gomati Wasti, will share the experience of Bhimdatta.
Okay. First of all, namaste. I'm Gomati Awasthi from Bhimdatta municipality, and it is this municipality is in the far west of Nepal, and it is bordered with India. So especially here is about how Bhimdatta has dealt with coronavirus COVID-19, and Bhimdatta is a border with India, and lots of people have migrated to India for employment. So this is really challenging for Bhimdatta to cope with COVID-19. So there are some works done by Bhimdatta during COVID-19. So there was Bhimdatta established disaster management committee, and it was organized by ward level, the committee performed necessary action for prevention and control the coronavirus in ward level, and organized the coordination committee with internal branches of all municipality for the prevention of coronavirus and mobilize the manage necessary equipment, coordinating meetings of the internal branches of the municipality to prepare for the prevention of coronavirus and mobilize to manage the necessary equipment. So some awareness campaigns were organized by municipality in all the wards and door to door, and it established hand wash place in hospitals, health post, wards, and others important places like offices and other important places. Cooperation, coordination, and discussion with various stakeholders were organized, and many health desks also established during COVID-19. Though there was health desks, but they were not enough, so health desks also established, and there was a regular monitoring, and there was a supply of essential goods and services because of lockdown, and especially Bhimdatta was mostly dependent on India for its necessary goods. So due to lockdown, many necessary goods, people were not getting necessary goods. So municipality itself supplied the necessary goods to home of people. So support, there was one hospital, zonal hospital in our city. So municipality supported to make infrastructures and isolations. Building was built in Mahakali hospitals, and the municipality supported for that. And the municipality distributed and collected many relief materials. They are donated from outside the country, inside the country, and they are which are donated from many others stakeholders. Municipality collected all of them, and they were distributed. And similarly, healthcare materials also distributed, and awareness program regarding sanitizations. And many people here, they who live in a blaze area, many awareness program was organized for, especially for sanitizations. And there was no PCR machine in whole district, because Bhimdatta is one of the municipality in district, and there are 4 municipalities and 5 rural municipalities in this district. Bhimdatta is in Kanchanpur district, and no PCR in whole the province. So Bhimdatta has decided to purchase PCR machine. So now in till this date, the Bhimdatta has already bought it, but it was decided earlier when the COVID was entered in municipality. So it is one of the biggest step that is taken by Bhimdatta, and it has already purchased the PCR machine. And a secretariat was established for operation and management of coronavirus, and there was one toll-free number is also established, and quarantines are established in many schools and many community halls, and there was holding centers also, isolation centers, and the total quarantine numbers are 36 people are there, 36 quarantine centers are there. So some of the amounts here they are spent for the disaster management fund. So these amounts that for health ingredients, 24,73,941 amount was spent. So there are some data regarding coronavirus test. A total of 2 PCR sample collection booths have been constructed, and there are RDT test. 25,000 people have been already checked. So 200 people's PCR tests have been checked. So it was somehow old data that I have taken, but it is today I was sent is 5 days before. So in 5 days, there are more people increased who take their PCRs. So some other works done by municipality, regular basic health care is given to all the people, and our health workers are going door to door, and they are providing regular health checkup, who are the people who are suffering from long-term health issues, and especially old age people and children who are suffering with long-term health issues. They have been given the health care by our. Some challenges they are the municipality is facing, as Bhimdatta is connected to the border of India. So people, they especially from here, people go in India for employment, and 90% people for the go for employment, and only 10% people or they go for study and other work. So people who go from Nepal to this Bhimdatta to India, they are especially they are less educated, and they don't go for any higher work. They will just go for some work like labor and other work. So while they come, so they are stopped there in Indian borders, and while they there is one bridge, and there is border, but somehow there's open border also, and though they are sent here, and while they come with borders, they are checked here, but they just to escape from there, like some are open borders like Brahmdev, like Khallama city, Mahakali municipality, open border, and the people are coming from there without checking their RDT and the PCR. So they are hiding themselves in home, and it's really challenging for Bhimdatta to find out those people who are coming from illegal way, using illegal way. So if they come from legal way, they have been checked, but people who are hiding themselves inside the home, it is difficult to find out these people, and it's challenging. And this is the way how coronavirus is spreading, and they are not telling what is happening to them. They are hiding because they are scaring of living in quarantine, and they don't want to stay in a quarantine for 14 days. So it's difficult to get data who are hiding themselves. And there is risk of infection from 220 Indian in Kumaya and other peoples, because 220 people are living here, Indian peoples, and so they are also hiding themselves. Bringing people from India and other parts of the country through buses without coordination with municipality, they are sent to home without a health checkup. And what happened? Bhimdatta municipality is in the border of India, and province and central level, they are taking all the people, and they are not doing any coordination with Bhimdatta. And what is happening due to this? People are going without checking their RDT checking and the PCR checking, they are again they are sent to home, and they are not ready to live in quarantine, stay in quarantine. This is also one of the most challenge for Bhimratha to control coronavirus. And who are taking them from India and who are sending buses, it is unknown. Some stakeholders also doing, they want to do social work, but they are just sending to buses and they are taking people from India, but they are not informing municipality, because those people are pressing them, don't inform municipality because we don't want to live in quarantine. So this is happening. So that is also, this is also the case, or that is also challenging for Bhimratha. And managing, it will be managing people from coming from other parts of India as well as from Nepal in quarantine, checking their health condition. And we have less health workers, and more people are there who are infected with the coronavirus. So it is very challenging for us to manage all these things. So there is lockdown, but no lockdown. From government side, there's lockdown, but people are coming outside and they don't have any, they don't care for spreading that coronavirus and all. They are coming outside, they are doing their work as they used to do before coronavirus. And so there's lockdown governmentally, but people, no lockdown from people's side. They are doing their work as they used to do. So it is really challenging for municipality to contact them. And contact tracing is also difficult for us. There's possibility of shortage of essential item, and the price is increasing, and we have already issue with India, border issue with India. So we are, all our necessary things are coming from India. And so whatever, due to lockdown and due to border issues and other all due to our geographical issues with India, so there is very difficult for us to live, because India is increasing its price day to day, and price is increasing, and so it is difficult for us to provide necessary things to the people. And due to lockdown, the things is not coming from other parts of our country also. So it is back side of our country, west side of our country, totally depend on India. So India has already locked down its borders. It's not sending essentially materials. And even from Nepal also, essential material is not coming. So it is very challenging for us. So food is supplying to the hilly district of the far western province. Because this is
very sorry to interrupt, but could you wrap it up in 1 minute?
Yeah. So there is a delay in exchange of information from ward offices also. So people have lost their jobs, and who have returned from abroad should be involved in employment-oriented work. So many people, they have come from 90% people, young generation, they have come from India and they have lost their job. So it is very much difficult for municipality to give all of them to job. And now they all are sitting their home, and they don't have essential materials, essential food to eat. And there's another challenging, there is one of the insect that have come to our municipality also, that is called the Salaha. And people are also not able to depend on their agriculture. So it is very much emerging issue for municipality. And now many of the young generation who have come from India, they are coming, taking protest, and they are coming to municipality, and they are coming with movement, and many crowd is coming, and they are saying what to do, what we have to do, we are jobless, so what should do. So it is happening in municipality. So there is some plan for response of COVID-19. So municipality has appealed all the parties for the relief collections materials, and to distribute relief to the affected families. And it has also requested stakeholders and province level, state levels to distribute some relief material to the affected families, especially who have lost their jobs and who don't have any other sources to live on. So to motivate the health workers, and it is motivating health workers and demanding state for more health workers, and to give door-to-door service, and pre-preparation by arranging resources in only one hospital in this district, only one district hospitals, Mahakali Hospital, and it has also a lot of lacking there. So it is preparing to arrange resources in Mahakali Hospital, like PCR machine is already bought by Bhimdatta, and isolation building has established. So to operate mobile shops for food supplies for the need, to formulate and implement additional strategy with the suggestion and the coordination of all stakeholders. So stakeholders are playing main important role, and they are helping municipalities to distribute the relief materials. So there are some works that are done by municipality, and they are planned by municipality. So to move forward the Prime Minister's employment, so we have one Prime Minister employment program safely, and to run regular program related to disaster risk reduction. So municipality has given more importance to disaster risk reduction program. Though there is lockdown, but we have regularly conducting disaster risk reduction program to facilitate the safe advancement of public works, to facilitate the supply and the transportation of construction materials. So construction materials and the construction work is going on. So we have requested India and to send the construction work, and the province also, state also. So construction work is going on. So municipality has continued to give the social security allowances, like single women allowance that is given to single women, like old age senior citizens allowance that is continued, and the vaccination program is going on. And like agriculture, we are focusing more on agriculture now, and agriculture is like optional vegetable farming, because Bhimdatta is dry regions and mostly people are dependent here in agriculture. So we are giving focus on agricultural work, and we are giving agricultural training also, how to do the vegetable farming and all, so that we can just supply these vegetables in India. And to continue the agriculture works by providing adequate supply of materials and fertilizers and agriculture inputs, seeds. We are providing people seed to door. So this is my presentations. Thank you for giving offer to Bhimdatta, and I would like to thank TPO on behalf of whole municipality, and especially Mayor. Due to some work, Mayor was not able to present in this program, and he has requested me to thank all TPO for inviting us for these presentations, and thank you.
Thank you very much. I guess there are so many things to talk about. So I'm very sorry to interrupt during your presentation. We still have 5 more cities to share the experience, so I have to control the time. Thank you, Ms. Kumati Wasti, to sharing the experience of Bhimdatta, Nepal. Next is the case of China. Let's see here the experience of Foshan, China. Please welcome Mr. Chen Xinwen, Director of Culture, Radio, Television, and Sports, Foshan City, China.
尊敬的 TPO 会长、联合会长、事务会长、APTA 会长以及各会员城市代表，大家上午好。非常感谢亚太城市旅游振兴机构召开这一次会员城市的视频会议。在此我向各位表示诚挚的问候。突如其来的新冠肺炎疫情
Maybe I'm sorry. Maybe you need to share a screen. We don't see any screen, so we cannot understand Chinese.
PPT.
Okay. Thank you.
往后播放。作为 TPO 会员城市的佛山，是一个重要的旅游的客源地和旅游目的地城市。但随着这次新冠疫情的不期而至佛山旅游业的发展也遭遇到空前的危机。不仅国内的旅游全部终止，同时为防止疫情扩散，佛山市的各旅行社取消了全部的出境旅行团，目的地基本涵盖 TPO 的所有的会员城市。面对疫情，佛山旅游界经受住了严峻考验， 经过艰苦卓绝的努力，有效缓解了疫情。旅游业从3月份开始也逐渐解冻并复工复产。为重振旅游产业，针对企业的困难，我市采取了一系列的措施来帮助加快旅游市场的复苏。一方面，为切实减轻企业负担，我们推出了近5亿元文旅企业的税费减免政策，积极用好5000万元人民币文旅产业资金的扶持政策，联合银行机构为文旅企业量身定制100亿元的金融贷款产品，有效帮助企业缓解生存压力和解决资金困难。另一方面，为提振市场信心、拉动旅游消费，我市发放了4亿元人民币的消费券，点燃了市民游客积极消费的热情。同时，针对疫情管控的形势，加强线上营销，启动首届线上的旅游惠民月的活动，开展广东人游佛山、10大精品旅游线路和我要去佛山的10大理由的评选活动，聚合佛山的景点、美食、功夫、非遗文化、民俗文化等丰富的内容，通过网红宣传、线上平台的推广等形式来推介佛山，累计吸引了近5000万人次的关注量。此外，我市还专门为来佛山旅游的游客购买5000万元新冠病毒感染的保险，为来佛山旅游提供信心安全的保障。通过上述努力，目前我市的旅游业逐步走上复苏的快车道。当前，疫情仍在全球蔓延，各城市都面临着抗疫情、稳经济、保民生的艰巨任务。在此，我也呼吁各会员城市互相支持，共克时艰。一是树立命运共同体意识，呼吁全体会员城市高度重视新冠肺炎疫情对旅游业产生的巨大而深刻的影响，迅速加强相互间的团结合作，共建旅游命运共同体。二是制定共同的防疫政策，督促会员城市行业协会和旅游机构针对旅游目的地城市疫情导致的感染可能，提前做好安全风险提示，针对游客出行信心不足，加强出行防疫指导和物资供应。所有会员城市应协调一致，互相支持，采取共同的防疫举措，全力维护旅游市场的安全。三是促进旅游信息的互通共享，增强会员城市政府间的旅游政策互通和行业间市场信息透明，及时共享出入境旅游重开等信息，公布本地最新疫情和防疫要求，推介合适的旅游线路，切实保障旅行社和旅游团的利益。四是抓紧谋划疫后的市场振兴，及早启动亚太地区旅游市场的振兴计划，重塑健康安全旅游目的地的形象，增强优质旅游供给和宣传，提振旅游消费信心，同舟共济，化危为机，促进疫后亚太旅游市场尽快恢复繁荣发展。疫情当前，我们愿在 TPO 的领导下，与全体会员城市一起加强沟通，共克时艰，为推动亚太地区城市旅游业的振兴和共同繁荣做出应有的贡献。谢谢。
Thank you very much, Director. It was very interesting insight, and I found it's very interesting to you apply the free insurance policy to the tourists who are visiting Busan. Thank you again. And I'd like to invite Mr. Lee Trong Hien Hua, the Director of HCMC Tourism Promotion Center, to share the experience of Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Please welcome Mr. Lee Trong Hien Hua.
Good morning, everyone. Can you see my slide? Yeah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for Mr. Secretary General and TPO Secretary team for organizing the webinar. It's my pleasure to meet all of you. My name is Lee Trong Hien Hua, Director of Ho Chi Minh City Tourism Promotion Center. Ho Chi Minh City Tourism Promotion Center is official promoting organized for the tourism. We are responsible for organize the roadshow, also the fair exhibition and advertising event to promote the Ho Chi Minh City inside and outside of the country. For my presentation today, I represent to you to the 4 points. The first update for the COVID-19 in Vietnam. Our recovery plan, the business event and festival during the after we recover for the COVID-19, and traveling apply to Vietnam for the travel. The first thing I want to update for you the situation for the COVID-19 in Vietnam. Until now in Vietnam we have 369 case affected, and still have 28 case in recovery, and we already recover 341 cases. The most important is we have non-death during time. Until now, it's already 82 days in the round. We have no infection in the community. It's very important. One of the reasons is from the 25th of March, we suspend on the international flight, and we hold the entry for the foreign investor, visitor to protect the public health. We only open the border for the foreign expert, skilled labor, and investor to report the economy. You can see in the photo, it's like it's a very special case. It's like the international reader in Vietnam. They praise Vietnam for saving the princess pilot in COVID-19 patient. Patient 90, they call him is patient 91. Patient 91 is 43-year-old princess pilot, work for Vietnam Airlines, and he had the positive test from the middle of March, and in 50 days he critical condition, and after that he recovering very well, and he declared a free COVID-19 in the middle of May, and the government is we have a very quick response for this case. It's the key for Vietnam for success fighting against the COVID-19, and and Vietnamese government had communicate clearly with the public about the outbreak. The success of fighting against COVID-19 make Vietnam and Ho Chi Minh City prove that Vietnam have in general and Ho Chi Minh in particular have a strong healthcare system. Ho Chi Minh City has potential to become one of the top medical tourism destination. For our recovery plan, until now is on the domestic airline. We will open around more than 20 domestic flights for the whole Vietnam. We also have with the Ministry of Tourism. We also have the many campaign. It's like the Vietnamese travel inside of Vietnam. We encourage the domestic travel. Also in Ho Chi Minh City, we have a campaign they call Hello Ho Chi Minh City with the KOL and celebrity to encourage people to travel inside Vietnam. We have the stimulate domestic tourism campaign in the short term to consider a solution to maintain the market. Other solution is we engage tourism in motivate the tourists the new novel state. Ho Chi Minh City had implementing some of the project is like Ho Chi Minh City with 13 cities in the Mekong Delta, or with the 5 provinces in the southeast or the central region or the northeast of Vietnam. It's like we link on the city. We have we link on the city in Vietnam to encourage the domestic travel. Otherwise, we also work with the technology to use the map 3D mapping and 360-degree interactive tool which can help the visual tourism. We come to Ho Chi Minh City. If you not come to Ho Chi Minh City, you can see the whole of the city. This you can see in the website of Ho Chi Minh City Tourism, and also in the official website of the Ho Chi Minh City government. Otherwise, some of the MICE event and some of the exhibition already in Vietnam and Ho Chi Minh City. In Ho Chi Minh City, in the June and July, we have some of the show related to the Ministry of Construction or Ministry of Technology and Communication. Otherwise, for the ITE, is the tourism event we have proposed to the Ministry of Sport and Tourism is we delay until 2021. Some of the traveling advice for us is like everyone is come to Vietnam must undergo for medical check for 14-day guarantee. From the 1st of July, Vietnam we offer the visa exemption for 24 countries and the e-visa for traveler in 80 countries. In the future, we're planning to have the apply to visa one by one with the countries, maybe with the South Korea, Thailand, Taiwan, and some country in China, also the Myanmar, Philippines. At the ending is that's a briefly update for Ho Chi Minh City and Vietnam. I hope the information will helpful you to plan an upcoming project in our vibrant Ho Chi Minh City. Thank you very much. Thank you, General Secretary.
Thank you very much. I think in terms of the number of patients you reported, all other countries, all the member cities will be very envy the Ho Chi Minh City and Vietnam. But still, my thinking is that still there's a issue remains, like domestic tourism you try to boost up, but still there's no way to have international travelers. This is a common problems we are facing in every countries and every cities. Thank you. And next, I would like to hear about the experience of Malaysia. So I would like to invite the mayor of Kuala Kangsar, Mr. Zulkarnain Mohammed, to share his experience in Malaysia.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay. Assalamualaikum. Very good morning. Selamat pagi, annyeonghaseyo, chosan, and ohayo gozaimasu to everybody. First, I would like to thank TPO for inviting us to join this 2020 webinar. And we are very happy to be able to share our experience and to get the experience from our friends so that we can improve and continue with our tourism activities. And I would like to thank the Perak State Government for allowing us to use their tourism to share our tourism recovery plan. And for your information, in the state of Perak, we have 3 members, Ipoh, Taiping, and Kuala Kangsar. I'm very happy, and we're looking forward to have many more members from the state. And I must thank the state government for supporting our endeavors in the tourism industry. And this is our slide. Share screen. Okay. Okay. The title is COVID-19 Perak State Tourism Recovery Plan, and it is working very well, even though we have not yet opened our borders. We are focusing on local tourism, and in this manner, we are preparing when the border opens. We are confident that it will open, and we can proceed with our lives. And the question of whether it is return to normalcy or whether it is the new normal is okay, as long as we can proceed. But we prepare for the new normal, and if it comes to return to normalcy, it will be very, very good. If it's not, we have to work within the constraints of the new normal. And we have the strategies and action plan and reset the tourism industry. I will share some travel trends and then benchmarking of our best practices and industry-driven recovery and growth. And I must say that the Malaysian government has been very prudent, even though it invoked Police Act and the Control of Communicable Disease Act in order to control the situation of the pandemic COVID-19. We have managed to recover well, and the recovery rate is 98%, which is quite high, and we have to maintain what we call SOP. SOP has become the keyword in everything we do. The standard operating procedure. You go to anywhere, you have to check. You have to scan the temperature, and then do social distancing, and then maintain cleanliness, clean your hands, and all that. And then it is working well, and I believe it's about 4 weeks we have no death cases at all, more than 4 weeks, and then it is all due to the prudent action of the government. And this is the stages of our movement control order, some sort of lockdown, and then partial lockdown, and now we are more open. Now we are at this RCMO, Recovery Movement Control Order, and many of the hotels are open, and our tourism sites are open with the standard operating procedure that we have to adhere to. These are the strategies. First, domestic tourism. Before we can open our border, we have to focus on domestic tourists. We have online, on social media, and offline field media, digital storytelling, to the tourism stimulus package. And I must say, the federal government and the state government have been very, very supportive, having giving a lot of assistance to everybody involved. And we are going through this pandemic together. And then we have to rebuild the image through standard operating procedures, certification, work training programs, and quick win infrastructure projects. And then we are getting everybody involved. So the keywords is collaboration and also cooperation among all the parties involved. That's the only way that we can get out of this pandemic in a better condition. And then the state government also has formalized the state tourism action plan, Perak Tourism Action Plan, under the state minister, Her Excellency Dato' Noli. And we would like to focus Perak as a preferred destination after during post-COVID-19, and we focus on human capacity and capability, ensure business sustainability, and we are highlighting digitalization is very, very important. This is the only way we can communicate effectively, and then we will like to facilitate strategic collaboration and investment. We have to reset the tourism industry. The words that we use is like everybody else, all our friends. We have to reset, we have to restart, we have to recover the tourism industry. And first, in Malaysia, in Perak, in Kuala Kangsar, we focus on domestic travel recovery plan, and we would like to have industry-led good practice guide in tourism in hotels, SOP compliances, and strengthening company based on the opportunities that we have and the tourism products that we have. These are some of the trends. People are still afraid of crowded areas, and but it's improving because of the cases. COVID-19 cases have become less and less in Malaysia, and hopefully people can enjoy outdoor travel more. This is the benchmarking best practices. We have the bus operators, the public transport operators, restaurants, hotels, and you have to screen everywhere you go. It has become the new normal now. You have to screen for symptoms. You have to register, and so that contact tracing will be able to be done in case there is a case. And then the restaurants are allowed to operate at full capacity, provided that social distancing is adhered to. Meaning one table you can have four persons. or 6, depending on the size of the table. And then, but everybody has to give their names and contact number, just in case there is an outbreak. It will be very easy to trace the contacts, and then it can be contained. So this is the new normal that we have to follow, and so far it has been working well. And then all the hotels are open. They are very happy because they have been closed for many months. Now people can enjoy outdoor, and this is the what we have to work together. On the part of the city council, on the part of the local authorities, we are doing our part, maintaining cleanliness, doing sanitizing on public buildings and all that, and we are working together with everybody involved. And before I end, I'd like to share some of the attractions in Kuala Kangsar, Mr. Chairman. And you can, do it online and then see the places now. And then when the border opens, you're welcome to come to Perak, to Kuala Kangsar. A lot of tourism products in the state, and then Kuala Kangsar, different niche markets. For example, in Kuala Kangsar, it's more towards the royal heritage, and also Malay. This is a Malay heartland of the state of Perak, and but you have a lot of buildings that are very, very beautiful during the colonial era, built during the colonial era, and then we'd like to share with our friends in TPO, and then we pray that we will be able to overcome this pandemic together. I'm confident with TPO experience and togetherness, cooperation, collaboration, we should be able to go through this pandemic together. Some of the products in Kuala Kangsar also pottery, crease making, and also gold thread embroidery. This is like I said, Kuala Kangsar is the Malay heartland. And would like to, when the border opens, we'd like for you to share with us and come here to Kuala Kangsar. And we would like to also to visit your places too, Mr. Chairman. I think that'll be all. Thank you very much. Terima kasih, kamsahamnida. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation. We really hope to visit your place and also have you in our own place. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Next is the case of Vũng Tàu, Vietnam again. Mr. Nguyen Tan Prong, the Deputy Director of Tourist Information Center of Vũng Tàu City, will share the experience of Vũng Tàu. Please welcome Mr. Nguyen Tan Prong.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Vũng Tàu, I'd like to present or respond to COVID-19 pandemic and recovery plan of tourism industry in Vũng Tàu. First of all, I'd like to give an overview of Vũng Tàu City. Vũng Tàu is about 100 kilometers from Ho Chi Minh City, with 3 sides bordering the sea. The natural area is about 150 square kilometers. The population is about 360,000 people. The average temperature is 25 to 27 degrees Celsius. And at pre-season every year, the rainy season and sunny season, which is suitable for swimming all year round. So tourists can come to Vũng Tàu by land, sea, or river routes. The typical types of Vũng Tàu tourism are leisure, travel, swimming, playing golf, mines, ecotourism. Vũng Tàu has beautiful beaches and landscape, many monuments, architectural works, religious and belief facilities, and a river system connected with mangrove forests, which is favorable for ecotourism. The city has about 800 tourist accommodation with 13,700 rooms. There are 750 restaurants and bars with fresh seafood specialties. Every year, Vũng Tàu welcomes about 6 million visitors, including about 300,000 international visitors. In 2019, Vũng Tàu is honored to be presented with the Asian Clean Tourist Award. Here are some solutions to coping with COVID-19 pandemic from tourism industry. COVID-19 pandemic has great impact on national tourism in general and Vũng Tàu tourism in particular. As a city where there are no people infected with COVID-19 in the community, the city government has implemented very good prevention measures. Citizen and tourism agency respond positively and responsibly in the prevention of the COVID-19 pandemic, taking good care of tourists, and it is strictly forbidden to discriminate nationality of tourists visiting Vũng Tàu. The city government is actively deploying government support policy to businesses and people affected by COVID-19 pandemic, including many tourism businesses operating in Vũng Tàu. Vũng Tàu tourism industry has recovered since May 2020, thanks to the campaign Vietnamese people travel around Vietnam by the Ministry of Culture, Sport and Tourism. Also, the city has implemented stimulus for domestic tourists by reducing service prices. Vũng Tàu commit to TPO continue maintaining and carrying out the work of insurance security, urban order, environment and safety for tourists. The city focuses on the management of service prices in order to create a healthy and friendly tourism for visitors. Through TPO, we would like to invite visitors from all regions to the beautiful, hospitable city of Vũng Tàu to experience a wonderful vacation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I think the pandemic of COVID-19 hit every part of the world, especially Asia, in terms of the tourism. We will have the last, not the least, the chance to hear the experience of Yogyakarta, Indonesia. Mr. Adi Suhanto, the Vice Chairman of Yogyakarta Tourism Promotion Board, will share the experience of Yogyakarta. Before you start your presentation, may I ask, can you stick to the scheduled time? It's 6 minutes.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me, Mr. Moderator?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen from Yogyakarta, Indonesia. And our best regard also from our mayor, Mr. Haryadi of Yogyakarta. It's an honor for me to represent the city of Yogyakarta and as member of Yogyakarta Tourism Promotion Board. I would like to present the paper that depicts the most recent condition of Yogyakarta tourism response and recovery due to COVID-19. So ladies and gentlemen, my name is Adi Susanto. I'm the Vice Chairman of Yogyakarta Tourism Promotion Board, and actually as well as Chairman of Indonesian Tourist Guide Association. So people say this is a frontliners of tourism. Then, yeah. So you can see in the right there is an image from our mayor, Mr. Haryadi. Yeah, with this is Javanese uniform, Javanese dress. That's very unique, and then this is typical of Yogyakarta. And Yogyakarta is commonly called as Jogja or Jogja, a unique city with a magnificent tourist attractions and culture, the diversity of its customs and traditions, the friendliness of the society, and the richness of the cultural inheritance. Okay, now for the next slide 3. As well as we all know that COVID-19 has tremendously affected almost sectors, including tourist industry. And as the capital of the special region of Yogyakarta province, the city of Yogyakarta has started to publish the COVID-19 emergency response. In here, we call it Tanggap Darurat COVID-19. in Indonesian language from 30 May 2020, which restricted public sectors to be operated, including people are required to doing their daily work and activity from home. The emergency response proved to be efficient to decrease the number of coronavirus transmissions. I need to be mentioned in here that Yogyakarta's number of people with positive corona considered to be the lowest compared to other provinces in Java Islands. In the city of Jogja, there's only recorded 4 people positive infected, 1 person died, and 32 people recover. This is from data per July 1st, 1 July 2020. The COVID-19 emergency response has been extended until July 30, 2020. And the second response due to COVID-19 is we have applied the clean lines, health, and safety protocol in tourism sectors, including transportations, accommodations, restaurants, and all tourism objects. As you can see in the image, in the pictures, the services is one of the restaurants in Yogyakarta, which provided the staff with face shield, this is everywhere now, and hand gloves is also a must, including application for the visitors to order menu inside the restaurants. It's one way to reduce the contact. The third is those response of the new normal tourism aim to ensure safe travel experience during this pandemic period. And then here, there is other picture image depicting how Yogyakarta has entered the transitions toward the new normal on tourism, from where face mask, body temperature check, and in every public places. Maintain physical distancing, this is also very, very necessary importance, and frequently wash hands everywhere here now, set up. And last but not least, scan QR code in every spot, which we already installed in tourist spots. For example, in Malioboro Street or downtown of Yogyakarta. So Yogyakarta is, Malioboro Street is very well known and very unique, iconic of Yogyakarta. In the COVID-19 emergency response period, tourism activities can be done in stages. However, there are some restrictions that must be considered. Yogyakarta tourism industries are ready to welcoming the new normal tourism order. And then it's not only response. Now you can see in the slide. We also have planned for Yogyakarta tourism recovery. First, we will implement what we call gandeng gendong. Gandeng in our language is like hold, and gendong means carry. So like since philosophy is like to tighten and to encourage to each other. As a mutual cooperation philosophy of Yogyakarta government, in order to prepare the new normal tourism and revitalize tourism sector. Gandeng gendong will include 5 sectors, which are local or city governments. Campuses or universities as Yogyakarta is well known as the city of education, cooperation, kampung or handlung, and communities. The second, domestic tourism as the entry point for recovering in many tourism sectors. This would be the most reliable consideration to escalate the number of tourists in Yogyakarta. Third, we will target international tourists from nearby countries. This is also the most reasonable effort to bring in visitor foreigners. Fourth, improve the clean lines, health and safety protocol in each tourism sector. The GHS, clean lines, health and safety protocol will be tightened up as to guarantee to help the health and safety to tourists. And fifth, promote new and interesting experiences for tourists in the new normal tourism. Last one, enhance digital marketing. This is our new concept for tourists by integrating with local tourist applications. And the last, as part of TPO, we hope to see the synergy to recover from this pandemic, as well as to encourage all of the members to work together, recuperating the tourism industry. We believe thus can be done by exchanging information and options and how to solve the problems. In the end, I would like to make a closing statement by mentioning that we are confident enough tourism industry in Yogyakarta will be recovered. This trust also comes from the Sultan. Sultan is the king of Yogyakarta, that has stated never fully close the tourism sectors, which means with the high standard of protocol will return to better normal. And finally, we would like to welcome you back to Yogyakarta. Thank you very much for your attention. Matur nuwun from Yogyakarta. Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Thank you very much. Thank you all the presenters who share their experience to cope with the challenges caused by COVID-19. I think I can identify some common experience. First, it was unexpected. At the beginning, it was chaos, I think, here in Korea, Indonesia, Vietnam, same thing happening. It seems that all the member cities are now in order and start thinking of how we can handle the challenges. Second, there is no clear solution at this moment, even though some cities have more systematic approach and some city has less systematic approach to overcome the difficulties caused by COVID-19. But it seems that all the member cities are eager to learn the experience of other member cities. So it becomes more important to share the experience of the older member cities. While we are doing this webinar, I got a lot of message, text message saying that can I get the slides from all the presenters? So there's a kind of evidence that all the members want to share and want to learn each other. And good news is that TPO Secretariat Office already have the slide or the presentation files, and it will be available from the TPO website. So if you need the website, the slides, you can access to those slides through the TPO website. Thank you again for all the presenters sharing those valuable inputs. Well, we will have some suggestion made by some member cities, but before we move on to those proposals by the member cities, we will have the break time, which is a short video script sharing time. It will take like 2.5 minutes, but it's going to be relatively short. And meanwhile, those member cities who will present a proposal, be get ready for the your own presentation. The video script is ready. Well, thank you. The reason why we are watching this video clip is that this is the promotional video of North Sumatra, the hosting city of TPO General Assembly next year. So all the member cities are welcome and invited to attend. And we really hope the situation is getting better and we can see each other face to face in North Sumatra. So this is the time for the proposal from member cities. The main idea would be TPO member cities. We can share how we can cooperate to overcome the challenges caused by COVID-19. First, I would like to invite the mayor of Baobab, Indonesia, Dr. As Tamrin, to suggest the way for the cooperation.
Terima kasih, thank you so much. Selamat siang, good afternoon, Honorable Mayor of Busan, Secretary General of the TPO, Mr. Kim So-il, Secretary General APTA, Professor Dr. Wang, and the ladies and gentlemen in all the TPO member cities. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to the Mayor of Busan and Secretary General of TPO and all of TPO member cities for hosting and attending this webinar to present coronavirus and discuss the measures to cope with the disease and recover the tourism industry. Next. All of this realized that the global pandemic in COVID-19 has affected 260 countries in the world. The economy as well as society has been impacted by the virus, but the tourism sector is the most impacted area. It is a grave concern for entire Indonesia since the data provided by the central government that copes the COVID-19 shows as says risk increase. There are 4,909 confirmed cases in 12 provinces among 36 in Indonesia are suffering from the disease as of the end of June. Next. Baobab City in Indonesia is located on an island and also under the influence of the virus. As the mayor, I work together with all the stakeholders to build a good ecosystem to fight against COVID-19 and prevent the epidemic in Baobab. Next. The following are Baobab's measures to fight against COVID-19. 1. Making teams consisting all of the departments, including the civil servants, the health department, police officers, and army officers, testing all the people who come in and out of Baobab City. 2. Optimizing the surveillance team of the community health center in the district of Baobab City. 3. Self-quarantine. Any person who has symptoms of COVID-19 must self-quarantine oneself. 4. Health advisory concerning COVID-19 is distributed and promoted via social media in a digital format. And 5. Facilitating hospital infrastructure in one of the preventive measures. Next. Baobab City government keeps focusing on the recovery of tourism destinations. This includes arranging hotels and restaurants. Here are the health protocol for the new normal fighting again COVID-19. New normal, Babo City government is issuing an official letter for the tourism sector. This official letter is for tourists. They can see this letter anywhere in tourist destinations such as hotels and restaurants before entering them. Financial support to the tourism sector. Next. Finally, really apprehensive for TPO has postponed all activity in the first half of the year, and I appeal for a member of TPO to keep hand in hand and keep concerned to avoid COVID-19. And also I have some proposed to TPO for Asia Pacific to support all activities as follows. One, and encourage for each member to keep sharing knowledge and experience in the field of tourism, if possible, make it center of communication, digital in mobile phone. To drive on member of TPO for sharing communication, not only in tourism aspect, but more than that we can feel in the cultural aspect, tangible and intangible. Thank you so much for TPO email to keep support tourism aspect in the Safe Digital Magazine in website of TPO. Thank you very much. Terima kasih banyak. Kamsahamnida.
Thank you very much. Okay, next suggestion will be made by North Sumatra, Miss Lalia Rubis, Head of Tourism and Data Sector of North Sumatra Culture and Tourism, will share her experience and suggest some ideas.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor of Busan. Good morning, Mr. Kim and other participants. My name is Laila Lubis. I am here to represent Mrs. Ria Talambanua, the head of North Sumatra Culture and Tourism Department, for she can be here with us today because she has another duty in Nias Island. Now I will represent about North Sumatra post-recovery tourism. New era of tourism in North Sumatra. In March 12, 2020, President Jokowi announces the existence of positive COVID-19 patients in Indonesia. Following up on this matter, the governor of North Sumatra issued circular letter containing temporary closure of the operational activities of tourism, entertainment, and recreation business in North Sumatra, and also urged MICE organizers, hotel ballrooms, and convention centers to postpone the holding of events or activities until an unspecified time limit. Steps taken by North Sumatra provincial government. The government has submitted a governor regulation related to the application of new normal to the Ministry of Health of the Republic of Indonesia and is currently waiting for approval. And starting on June, trials have been opened for the opening of several attractions which are only devoted to our local community. And Kuala Namu International Airport has resumed operations since the new normal adaptation period in early June while maintaining health protocols and procedures for preventing COVID-19 virus transmission. The next steps taken by North Sumatra provincial government in the recovery of tourism after post-COVID-19 pandemic, including implement health protocols in accordance with the decree of the Ministry of Health number HK 10107 Menkes 382/2020 concerning health protocols for communities in public places and facilities in the context of prevention and control of COVID-19 transmissions. and prioritizing the applications of clean health and safety in tourism activities. And in the hospitality sector is developing protocols that over improve hygiene standards and ensuring guest safety, implementation of social distancing in all places that allows the gathering of many people, and for travelers at the airport will be tested with rapid tests before flying and on arrival in North Sumatra. North Sumatra is set to host the 10th TPO General Assembly at the 9th General Assembly held on September 29, 2019 in Busan, South Korea. The North Sumatra provincial government is also preparing all supporting aspects to make the TPO General Assembly event a success. This event will be held in Medan City in 2021. Things prepared include budgeting, the readiness of MICE facilities, human resources, and other supporting infrastructure. With the implementation of the health protocol, the government of North Sumatra province is optimistic that the tourism industry can rise again. And we are ready to succeed the 10th TPO General Assembly in Medan in 2021. And we also apply our budget plan for the success of tourism promotion organization 10th General Assembly that include almost 6.4 billion in our provincial budget. And also we put some picture of our tourist attraction that maybe we can visit, the member visit while visiting North Sumatra, include Kangkahan and also Lake Toba, and this is Nias Island. And besides being supported by the government, we also have a very interesting tourism potential to be seen, and we will also bring all participants to see it all. See you in 2021. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, we have last proposal. Last but not the least, I would like to invite the Deputy Mayor of Ipoh City, Malaysia, Madam Julaina Kamarul Arif, to share her ideas to encourage the cooperation among TPO member cities to overcome the COVID-19.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Selamat tengah hari. Good afternoon, Professor Dr. Huang Yong-Yun, Secretary General APCA, Professor Dr. Kim Soo-il, Secretary General to TPO, and all of the other representatives in this conference. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate the TPO Secretariat for organizing this virtual conference today. This is a good move initiated by the Secretariat during this pandemic COVID situation. I guess the effect of COVID-19, and also subsequently the movement control, which has halted economic activities since March, has resulted in losses, especially the tourism sector. Well, travel and leisure is an important part of our life, and now living with the new norm, hygiene is another vital requirement for new and existing tourism players. And from the paper submitted, I noticed that there are a lot of things that we can learn from other cities, and I am excited about this new era, where the new norm, where we would have to collaborate online, and probably now working is also now a new norm, working from home. I understand the effect currently in the tourism industry, and Ipoh is also affected by this COVID situation. And we are working hard to boost tourism, particularly for the inbound tourists. And we have reorganized our tourism areas, and we have also inculcate new ideas and also new things to focus on besides the normal tourism, shopping, sightseeing. We are now moving into a new, how would I say, a new idea where we want to get people into ideas like urban farming, where you can come and pick your own fruits, kind of a thing. And we are very grateful that we get good support from the various agencies in the state, likewise, and also from the federal government and agencies to assist in our tourism project in Ipoh City. Now we are, well, we hope after the pandemic, we can collaborate with international cities in this, and we learn how to cope with the new norm, you know. As the borders of Malaysia is still closed, we appreciate the interactive tourism by exchanging promotional advertisements through social media, which is a very good move to start with. And we hope citizens from TPO member cities could visit member cities after the COVID situation is over. Ipoh City, well, I like to talk about a bit of Ipoh City. As you know, for Perak, we have 3 representatives. There is Ipoh, we have Kuala Kangsar, which Mayor Zulkarnain has put up his paper, and also from Taiping. Well, every city is unique in Perak, and Ipoh, basically we are known for our food heaven, and we are currently enhancing our food sale and locations to promote the amazing diversity that the city has. In short, and we have some short-term plans to attract our local tourists from other states. We are also identifying a few new midterm plans by projects that we have under Light and Sound, and we would also look into other form of assets that we have to promote tourism. And lastly, I wish to thank TPO for organizing this virtual conference, which has been beneficial. And I am sorry that we are a bit late, that we can't give a proper proposal with pictures and whatnot. And hopefully the next time we will participate more and give more information via online or through chat representative. Lastly but not least, as the saying goes, sharing is caring, and collaboration and cooperation is the way forward. I am sure we can implement some of the ideas presented by the participants, and hopefully we can organize more programs online that benefit the member cities. From Ipoh City, I would like to thank you and the mayor, the new mayor. I'm a new secretary which came into office 1st of July, and our new mayor, Datuk Rumaizi, has also informed me to send his hello to all the member cities, and he hoped that the next conference he's able to attend. Thank you so much. Terima kasih and selamat tengah hari.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all the valuable suggestions made by the 3 member cities. The common idea for the cooperation seems to be in twofold. First, the building of a platform to exchange the experience and knowledge on COVID-19 is very important. So we all share that idea. So we want to know what other member cities are doing, and what other countries are doing. And the mayor of Mayor Dr. Tamlin in Baobab City has success to organize a online communication center. And good news is that as far as I know, TPO is trying to incorporate those ideas and try to provide some platform for all the member cities to share those informations, the policy or some trends you observed in your own city, so we can share those ideas. That's a good thing, and that's a good movement. And second common thing I can observe is that endeavors to prepare the post-COVID-19 is another important aspect. Not only the online things, but also we have to prepare the offline traveling and trips. So within the TPO framework, the TPO General Assembly is the biggest offline platform to share knowledge and boost up the cooperation among TPO member cities. So the will of North Sumatra to well prepare for the 10th TPO General Assembly is a hope, and at the same time, willingness to contribute to the fast recovery of tourism business in Asia Pacific region. For that, officially, I want to ask all the participants for this webinar, we have to make a promise that we will see each other face to face in North Sumatra next year. So I think the role of TPO to coordinate the concerns of member cities become more important during the difficult time like a pandemic of COVID-19. And I'm sure the TPO will play an important role to provide a platform to share the member cities' experience and to encourage a cooperative work among member cities to make the valuable suggestions real in each and every member cities, and eventually wisely overcome the never experienced challenge caused by COVID-19. Originally, I was planning to get 1 or 2 questions from our audience or ourselves, but we are behind of like 30 minutes behind of the schedule already. So it's a pity to not to allocate the time for the question and answer. But I think once the TPO provides some platform, and then we can use that platform to exchange those Q&A as well. So this comes to an end of the TPO 2020 webinar on the effect of COVID-19 on tourism. I'd like to express my sincere thanks to all the presenters for their valuable insights and significant contribution. I also would like to thank all the participants from member cities. I'm sure that we together can overcome the challenges of COVID-19 and go back to normal very soon. So stay safe and be healthy until we meet again face to face, hopefully in North Sumatra next year. I officially close the TPO 2020 webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kim.
Thank you, Mr. Kim.
It's a very useful webinar for TPO.
Thank you.
사진을 어떻게 찍는 얘기?
Very successful, very successful. Be safe and then be well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kim.
Terima kasih.
Okay, here from Jakarta.
Thank you. Amazing. Amazing is successful. Very happy to see you all. Very healthy.
Mr. Kim, I'm also
Happy.
May I suggest one thing?
Take good care.
Hello, Dr. Matra.
Yes.
Sumatra is ready.
Yeah, let's get in touch through WhatsApp.
I know there are many
Amir
who are supporting, so bring those
Dr.
staff.
Very
So
good.
we can make a picture.
Yeah.
You must be hungry, so the time to take lunch.
Participants.
Laila, kata gadis saya cantik katanya.
Ayo, Bambang.
Handsome.
Thanks to TPO.
Jakarta. Sumatra is ready. Jakarta.
Too many supporters.
See,
Okay, all of you.
next year.
Welcome to Jakarta. And also, we will go to Sumatra.
Thank you.
안녕하세요. 감사합니다.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Pak Genius.
Halo Mr. Kim.
Ya.
Siapa lagi?
Mr. Chu, you look so good today.
Thank you, thank you. Miss Eti. Thank you, Mr.
Daripada kita Pak. Hai. Ini rame kali Pak Di.
Oh ya? Kenapa?